Florals, welcome back. My name is Addie Gunnan of Well Loved Clothing, and today I have something so much fun for us because we are going to be looking at the trends, and apparently my dogs are going to be joining me. Hello. We will be looking at trends. So, no season in particular, kind of winter, I guess, but these were just sort of projected trends for 2021, and I kind of assumed, since we're already a month into it, that it would be a really fun time to do trend videos. I also realized that I haven't done a trend video in a minute, but I really love the trends because that's where a lot of the new, funkier, crazier kind of styles sort of surface in the first place, is just coming out on those runways, people being so taken aback by them that it just goes crazy. On the other hand, I don't think that you have to dress trendy all the time in order to be in fashion or in style. I think dressing like you and being so classic in what your taste is really where style comes in. Making style personal, so personal style, is the most fun part of fashion for me. But the main reason that I love doing these videos is because I have an all-sustainable, mainly thrifted closet, and so you can really see that you can thrift pretty much any trend, especially a lot of the ones right now because they're just taking some vintage trends and recycling them, because honestly, nothing new really ever happens in the fashion world. It just kind of changes a little bit and comes back. Like, I'm dressed like a 90s grandpa right now, and I'm really loving it. So we are going to focus on trends today. Have a little sit down, a little walk through, a little chat through, and I'm going to style up several different outfits to show you how I would style the trends that I'm really loving right now. And so we are going to jump right into the first trend. So let's do it. So trend number one today is the collar. I am so in love with all of these collars because I've always been such a big button-down gal, but there is something about a massive collar that just takes a regular cute outfit to this very high fashion, over-the-top level, and so I'm absolutely loving the moment that we're having with collars, and I feel like it's been going on for a while, so it's not super new, but it's a little bit new to me, and so I've thrifted this one piece that I am in love with. It is this beautiful canvasy light blue button-down with a gorgeous antiqued lace collar, and I love it because the lace is only on the trim of it and the buttons are covered, so it has a very Anne of Green Gables, very prairie kind of feel to it, but very elevated also with this massive collar and the light blue color. I feel like I find these in tans and yellows and oranges a lot, and so the light blue was a very fun pop of color to add to my wardrobe without being like crazy too different, but still really fun. So I'm super excited to add this one to my wardrobe and style up this trend. So let's style it up.
You are going on a run.
Okay, I am loving this big collar. This shirt is definitely going to be a staple of mine now because it looks so good, just even over this plaid dress. So I was trying to stay away from the whole like wool plaid skirt and oversized sweater thing because I feel like I've seen a lot of that with this big collar, and I just wanted to make it a little bit different, but I could not resist putting it over this blue plaid. I feel like I always end up doing several trends together. Plaid is a trend, cinching stuff in is a trend, the collar is the trend, and so I'm just taking all of those and smushing them together and really digging this whole outfit. I mean, she's cute, no? Let's do the next trend. Trend number two for today is a little bit wilder, and I have a piece that's very wild, but I'm super excited to try it, and so we're just gonna jump in and go for it. It is this second skin top kind of thing. So this got really popular like at the beginning of the year, but I think it will become very popular when it gets more into spring and people still want to layer some fun patterns. And I just thrifted this insane dress that has this second skin see-through zebra, I guess it's zebra print to it, that is crazy, and I'm so excited to style this up in a second skin sort of way. Maybe doing like jeans or a little corset over the top or something. I'm not really sure. I'm just super excited to try this trend out. I think that these tops are so much fun because they can add so much visual interest to just something pretty simple. We are just gonna style this up, throw everything on, see what happens, so let's do it. Alrighty then. I had no idea that this was going to come from this skin top trend thing, and I kind of love it because it's continuing the sheer trend skin top thing down to the bottom while being over these yellow pants, and so it almost feels like jumpsuity, very cohesive, but also super mismatched and fun. Belted it to just break up this animal print a little bit more and bring in some more natural color so it's not all too bam crazy. I'm really loving, like, here up, even just with the jeans, would be so dang cool. And I've thought about cutting this into two and wearing it just with everything, but I would definitely wear it with this piece too if I cut it in two, because this is just such a cool vibe. It's very like casual chill, but so elevated, and I love the yellow pants under it with the yellow top over it. It's just kind of crazy how it's even like skin tone colored, but the zebra print just makes it so cool and different. So I will definitely be layering the heck out of this dress, and I am loving this trend. Let's move on to the next one.
Happen.
Another trend that is not super new, but I haven't really focused on it yet, is quilting. I love this one. Of course, I love all of these. I picked them from a list and put them on my YouTube, so they're my favorite trends. But this one is so much fun because I am a texture gal. I love a very textured, cozy look. And so a quilted piece just adds so much visual interest to an outfit, but especially with the piece that I have today. So I have this insane ochre quilted coat with some embroidery throughout that I got from Free People years ago. I've had this thing forever, way before I ever started really focusing on sustainable clothing, but keeping a piece forever is also pretty sustainable. It is my favorite coat, and I've been wearing the heck out of it now, and so I wanted to document my various quilted coat outfits, and so I will be styling up this incredible quilted coat today, and hopefully thrifting a pair of quilted pants soon, because I'm just so in on that part of the trend, moving quilt to a different part of the outfit. So, oh, that actually might be a really fun thrift flip. We'll see what happens, but let's style this coat up.
You are going on a run.
Yes, this is what I was hoping for from this whole look. This masculine, feminine, dainty, heavy, quilted, chunky, light, airy, like everything in this just goes so well together, and I love all of the mixed of textures of this. So this quilted coat, of course, is the most fabulous thing. So these are a little bit harder to thrift. Usually vintage stores will have quilted coats, but I have found a couple of quilted pieces just in general at thrift stores, and like I said, I might thrift flip a quilt at some point into some amazing coat. So we'll see what happens there, but for now, this is just a really cool look. Very vibey, very cool girl, very like I don't care, but in such a cool way. But when styling up a quilted coat, I either love to go bulky with everything or fit it on everything with a bulky piece on top. So this is just a little bit more of like a bulky, flowy, crazy thing going on. And it's a little weird, a little out there, but I think it's kind of working. Let's go to the next trend. Okay, for this next one, we are going to be hitting more than one trend again. We may end up hitting like 4 or 5 because this is just such a good piece. So, the trends we are going after: pastels, trench coats, and I think that might be it for now, but we'll see what happens when I get to the styling portion. Pastels are so big right now, and I love the monochrome pastel moment that I feel like a lot of people are having. It's such a statement to do any color, but I feel like a pastel is like Easter gone wild. And then the trench coat. I have way too many. Trench coats are so easy to find at the thrift store, and usually they're in really good condition because people only wear them a couple of times. So the trench coat that I have today is this beautiful pastel lavender trench coat. I cannot even believe that I thrifted this piece. It is absolutely gorgeous and just that perfect trench coat length. So I recommend going to that trench coat section, and even the men's section will have some really good ones, and just looking through all of them to find color or pattern or whatever it is. And I am of course so on board with a crazy colorful piece, especially when it's your outerwear piece. It can really make a statement for the rest of your outfit. So we are going to take all of those trends and smush them into one piece make an incredible outfit. So let's style it up. This is a whole look, and I am still not entirely sure if it's working, but at the same time I totally think it's working and think it is so dang cute. So I think this is a really fun way to do a trench coat if you don't want to do the normal like jeans, white tee, trench coat look, which I think is so classic and beautiful, but this is just like out there, colorful, crazy, fun. I'm so ready for spring. So this is a very springy look, but I wanted to take this purple and do this little tie-dyed button down. Then I wanted another complete different pop. Put this rust skirt with it, and I really love how this rust looks with this purple. I just think this is such a beautiful combination. Couldn't resist throwing on my purple heels and some little blue earrings. And then of course, when it's this fun, why would you not just do crazy hair with it? I think it's so much fun and so wild and crazy. And you would definitely get some stares, but like, who cares when you look fabulous? So this is a great little combo of the pastels and colorful coat and outerwear, whatever the things were. I am loving this one. On to the next. Another trend, of course, that I am dying over and living for is the Eject pattern. So this has been around for a while. I feel like we had a major gingham moment last like summer into fall, but this checked pattern is a little more punk. So instead of having that picnic gal, light-hearted cottagecore feel, the check that's happening now is a little more intense, a little bit harsher, usually mixed with black and white. So I love that we're kind of just twisting things that were already popular into the new. So the piece that I have for today is actually one that I styled up a lot when gingham and check was such a huge deal last summer. And I did do a lot more cottagecore style things with it, but I wanted to challenge myself to make this the check of now and follow this trend with it. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit, make it a little more hardcore, and see if I can bring all of these elements together to make a little bit of a punky, feminine, masculine, princessy kind of look. So we'll see what sort of happens with it. I have some ideas. Definitely chunky boots, which of course are another trend, but we're gonna smush all that together and create this incredible punky check cool look. So let's do it.
No need to worry about your pre-recorded music tapes being
Total
accidentally
vibe. Amazing. This came together better than expected because it is just this crazy print, mishmash, mashup, amazingness of all of the checks basically in my closet. So I went a little bit of a different route. I showed you all that checked skirt and it just felt too cottagecore and like already done, and so I wanted to challenge myself even more, and so I took the checked top that I was going to do and then layered it with all of this black and white check, because black and white check is like the thing right now and it makes it so much more punky and cool. Then I kept it pretty simple with the rest of my pieces to just really showcase all of this black and white check. So all of these pieces are thrifted, so it's very easy to thrift some black and white check pieces. I find a pair of black and white checked pants pretty much every time that I go to the thrift store. So you can really do this trend pretty easily. Even just the black turtleneck with the trouser pants would totally do the trend justice. So I'm loving it. On to the next trend. Next trend is one that is so comfy, so wonderful, and I'm wearing it right now. So it is big pants. It's not necessarily wide leg, but it can be. But really it's just comfy, oversized, but still fitted at the waist. So you can kind of see these pants here are like a little bit wider leg and just kind of loose, but they fit really well up around my waist. So I love these pants, and these feel so on trend for this, but I just made a pair of ripped jeans that I'm so pumped to wear all the time. They're like sweatpants, basically. These were actually size 12 vintage jeans that I've had in my inventory for a while. When I saw that this was a trend, I challenged myself to just rip them up. I've already worn them like 5 or 6 times since I've ripped them up. So definitely working to rework some of the pieces in your wardrobe too to maybe match these trends. So I am, I think for the first time ever, going to style up a pair of jeans on my channel. I rarely wear jeans, and I think this is a great opportunity to style up some jeans for this big pants trend, and we'll probably throw some more trends on there because why the heck not? So let's style them up.
Accidentally erased. It can't happen.
Okay, yes, this turned out exactly like I was hoping, if not better. So this crazy poncho shawl thing over the top. Netting is another trend that is so dang good to kind of be like a scarf shawl side piece thing, and I really think that this look so accomplishes a very cool netting vibe, but also these big pants. So I styled up jeans, guys! I'm so excited that I found a very cool way to wear jeans where I don't feel so boring. Not that I think jeans are boring, I just don't love jeans all the time. There are a million pairs of jeans in the thrift store and it takes a little while to look, but when you find the perfect pair of jeans for what you're looking for, then you can really just crush an outfit with those amazing jeans, or just rip them up yourself and do what I do with all my thrift flips. So this is my big jeans, netting, oh, and a little bit of pastel trends mixed together. So mix them together, have some fun. On to the next one.
You are going on a run.
The next trend is one of my absolute favorites, and I cannot believe I have something that fits so well. I'm actually going to be smushing two trends together. So florals and 70s. These two are, of course, my absolute favorites. I'm a big floral gal, and I am a sucker for a vintage anything with a really vibrant floral to it. So florals, of course, have been done forever, but they're becoming a trend in these insane maxi dresses with these over-the-top patterns and colors. So you're really looking for something that is an extra pop. It is some wild, maybe geometric, but definitely really colorful and statement piece with florals. And so I have this dress, and I'm so excited to wear this. I've had it for a while and I got it from a vintage shop in Asheville, North Carolina, and it is just my favorite dress. It has everything 70s, everything floral, and I love that it plays on the colors. So it's not necessarily a natural floral, which makes it so perfect for this trend. And on top of that, with the 70s trend, of course I'm obsessed with that, and this dress is literally straight out of the 70s. I mean, that disco collar, the waistband, how long it is, and that slight puff in the sleeve is just so perfect, on par for this. So I don't think I'll have to do too much to style this up since it's already a statement, but we're gonna take it to the nines and see what we can do and style this baby up. So let's do it. Yes, for this outfit. I knew that this was gonna be my absolute favorite because this dress is my absolute favorite. So on trend, keeping with the 70s and the floral, also throwing in a little bit of that sweater vest and the cropped, which is just so cute. Like everything in this is just screaming my little personal style here, and it is just so perfect for this trend. It's almost the wallpaper, not natural floral, which is exactly what we're going for. And then throwing on a loafer with this brings it even more into that 70s, but with the two cropped tops, it brings it into modern day. I am really loving how this came together. The little pop of color in the bag too is just so adorable, and I am sure that this is going to be the trend that I really focus on. So thrift you some florals. I know that vintage stores everywhere have tons of florals like this because this was such a huge deal for such a long time, and when the trend is 70s, you can literally find some pieces from the 70s and just have so much fun dressing up in all of these vibrant florals and cropped sweaters and pastels and jackets and everything fun. Oh, I love these trends. Thank you so much for watching today and for joining me in all of the trend fun. Remember that you can thrift trends really easily, but you don't have to wear the trends. They are for inspiration, and honestly, they don't really exist. Just dress how you want to dress, and you will always be in style. Let me know which trend that you're dying to try in the comments below, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next week. You are well loved. Bye.